Every 3 days, a colleague of yours comes to the office, hands in their laptop, and leaves. Now ask yourself the question, what do you do when you have a projected attrition rate of over 50% by the end of the year? Or to put it into more simple terms, how do you stop half your company from leaving? This is the situation we were facing when I became general manager at our software development company about 3 years ago. So please join me on how we used communication, courage, and just simply treating people as adults to combat this challenge. We've all had bad dreams, right? I think this is something all of us can relate to. You know the feeling, your heart rate rushes, you wake up, you're completely covered in sweat, you're just short on breath. Well, the situation was so bad that this became a recurring reality for me. I used to wake up in the middle of the night thinking that a colleague was about to resign. Sometimes I'd make it through the night, and in the morning, when the alarm clock would wake me up, I would think, did someone resign? And occasionally, the situation was so bad that I couldn't calm myself down until I ran into the HR office and I asked Corinne, our HR lead, this given individual didn't resign during the night, right? And indeed, after she confirmed to me that no, Chris, nobody resigned during the middle of the night, was I able to calm down and start my day properly. Let me tell you something about me. I believe in people. I really do. I believe we're people first and we're experts second. I believe that every problem, challenge, disagreement, moment of sadness is all thanks to people. People not being in the right place, people not feeling okay, people not getting the right training, people not feeling empowered can all result in these things. Now, I also believe that every moment of happiness, every accomplishment, achievement is also thanks to people. I mean, just look around you. How is this building here today? Someone designed it, others approved it, and then a group of hardworking individuals came and built it. So let me repeat that. I believe in people, and I believe we're people first and experts only second. Something I tell my team a lot is the successful measurement of communication is not what I said or what I wanted to say, but it's what the other person understood and took away. Just think about it. My success here as a TED speaker will not be determined by what I thought about it or what I wanted to say, but it will be determined by you, the audience, about what you thought and what you took away with yourself. So what does all of this have to do with the problem that we were facing at my company? Well, here's my first advice. Whenever you want to fix something, look at people. Start with people. Just look, listen, observe. Be the fly on the wall. This is what I did for the first couple weeks when I started my job. Every day I would walk around the office and talk to colleagues, say hello, and if I had a few moments, then I'd sit down and I ask my favorite question, how can I help? My second advice is to have courage. Courage to do the right thing. In order to illustrate this, let me jump back a couple years when I was still an intern at the company that I was working for. They were trying to bring cultural change throughout the organization, so they introduced a role called cultural ambassadors. Basically, the role of these people were to just get together every now and then, share stories, brainstorm about ideas, and then inspire themselves, so then later on they can take that inspiration and give it back to the rest of the company wherever they worked at. Now, Adam and I, an intern colleague of mine, we got the opportunity to join these group of people. This is important because we're invited to a workshop where the CEO was attending. Now bear in mind, this is the CEO of one of the largest companies in Hungary. The workshop went fine. We brainstormed, threw ideas out, and had nice conversations. Later on, when Adam and I arrived to dinner, we saw that there was this larger table with a few items blocking a couple seats, but we saw there were still 2 free seats left. We put our stuff down and wandered off to grab food. On the way back, I noticed who's sitting next to me. The CEO. Okay, in for a penny, in for a pound. I pulled my shoulders back, gained courage, and sat down, introduced myself to him, and we exchanged pleasantries with the rest of the table. The next 10 minutes passed, to be honest, seamlessly, people making small talk here and there. But there was something bugging me. I had a question that I really wanted to ask. So I gained courage, and I spoke up. If I would like to become CEO one day, what advice would you give me? Silence. Complete silence. People dropped their forks, stopped eating, and were just looking at me. I thought this was a completely reasonable question to ask, but I guess not everyone agreed with me. Everyone just kept looking at the CEO, and after a few moments, he looked up and smiled and said the following, which, to be honest, changed the perspective of my career for the rest of my life. He said, don't want the position, want to bring change. Get work done. And when given the opportunity to do more, do more. And if you do this, then you might get lucky and you might have the ability to serve and move forward in your career. It was the first time it really hit me. Later on, I think I heard it best summarized by Simon Sinek. Leadership is a choice, not a rank. Now, while I was at this company, I had a major complaint. Toilet paper. It was rough. Literally. It was closer to sandpaper than actual toilet paper, if I'm completely honest. And do you know what the most annoying part was? That the headquarters had softer toilet paper than the building where I was located in. I mean, this violated every core value in me. Why is it that they deserve softer toilet paper and we don't? A couple years go by. Here I am at my first job. I used the bathroom for the first time. Déjà vu instantly hits me. The toilet paper. It was rough. So while I was washing my hands, the words of the CEO actually popped back into my mind. I got immediately inspired. I ran out of the bathroom and I told my new colleagues, guys, I would like it if we could make this better and softer. They looked at me like I was crazy. Who the hell is this guy? He's been here for less than 24 hours and he wants to change the toilet paper? Doesn't he see that half the company wants to leave? But no, I persisted and I got it changed. When I got back to my desk, it hit me. If I can change this, if I can change the toilet paper, I can change anything. If you do the right thing, no matter how big or small, results will come. People will align with you. Now, I want to add that this story actually doesn't have the happiest of endings because unfortunately 2 or 3 weeks later, the toilet paper got changed back to something that I can best describe as an in-between with what I wanted and what we had before. But I think this is a lesson we can take away. Not all fights are worth fighting for forever. We have limited time, we have limited energy to commit to the right ideas and right ideals. And if we want to make change, we need to be careful on what we spend our energy on. There's always a bigger picture, right? And if you keep your eye on the prize, the decision to do this or that is going to be an easy one. You'll know which battles to choose and stand by, and you'll know which ones to let go. I have a question. Do you guys know what the most important part of communication is? Exactly, it's listening. And I don't just mean listening by just hearing words. I mean actually being truly there, present, focused, trying to understand every little meticulous detail and motivation and behind what that given individual is trying to tell you. So what did our colleagues tell us? Our colleagues told us that we don't have a common value set. We don't have a vision. We don't have a mission that we can all embark on together. Our colleague told us, by listening to them, that they want to be spoken to. They would like to understand why certain things are happening and how this is going to affect them. Of course they felt lost. Communication was nor clear, nor direct. The most amazing thing is that if you treat people like adults, they're going to react like adults. If you give people the truth in a structured way that is backed up with data, and then later on by having yourself walk the talk, they will understand. No matter how bad, no matter how good the given situation is, they will understand. However, if you leave people in the dark, they're going to end up in a bad place. We all know the horrors we think of when we're insecure, sad, second-guessing ourselves, overanalyzing everything just because we've been left out and we don't know anything. Does this sound familiar? Because it sure does to me. A few months ago, I was having a conversation with Peter, the guy that we brought in to help us on our transformation journey. I told him that I'm really struggling in trying to figure out what to do with this certain team. He looked at me and he just asked a question. Did you ask them what they want? No. No, we didn't. And to be honest, I don't think many people actually do. So we did. We went to the team and we asked, what would you guys do? They give us their answers, and later on, we use that inspiration to come up with a solution that actually aligned rather closely with what they want. The best thing is, it worked like a charm. You know, I truly believe that if people are given guidance, if people understand that actions do indeed have consequences, both in the positive and in the negative aspect, if people understand that you're consistent in your behavior and you contract with them, then this is going to bring a form of unity and cooperation. And by contract, I don't actually mean sitting down and signing a piece of paper. I mean grabbing the other person, sitting down next to the table, looking each other in the eyes and say, this is what I expect from you and this is what you're going to get from me. The amazing thing is that people with similar ideals will get closer to you, and by this you can start enhancing your change from all over the entire organization at the same time. I truly believe we need a value system that can guide us, because these values will make even the hardest decisions just a little bit easier. The best thing is, the toughest of dilemmas will solve themselves. You know what the worst situation to be in as a manager? When one of your highest performers is just creating a toxic environment and is poisoning the life of the team. They're more productive than multiple other people around them. However, nobody likes to work with them, and all this does is create problems and issues. So once we defined our value set, we leaned back and we said, guys, what's the place that we would like to create? What do we want this place to look like? And then we knew it in our stomach immediately, that this person does not belong in our organization. And yes, productivity took a hit on the short term. But on the long term, people became committed, engaged, and crazily enough, as a group, their productivity even rose to a higher level a bit later on. Amazingly, the impact of this change was not only felt in that team, but it sent shockwaves through the organization that when we expect a certain type of behavior, we are going to stand by it. It is completely okay to come to an agreement with someone that the two of you are not the right fit for each other. We do not have to accept everything because that is the right thing to do. No, I disagree. That's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to stand by what you believe in and uphold those set of values for the sake of yourself and all of you that you surround yourself with. Not every company is Apple, Google, or Facebook. Every company has its strengths. So play to those strengths. Every company has its weaknesses. So don't lie about those weaknesses. Be completely open about what you have to change. Because if you're not, and if you do lie, then you're going to lose all credibility, and people are no longer going to look at you and your company as someone or something they can trust. I truly believe that nothing is more important than a common set of values. Because a common set of values can unite people. A common set of values can stabilize a company. A common set of values can take your attrition rate from being one of the worst on the market to beating the industry benchmark by more than 25% within the span of 18 months. This journey is not easy. You will not get it right. You will make many, many, many mistakes. We still don't get it always right. We still struggle and make many mistakes. And remember, this is extremely uncomfortable and intimate. But in the end, I think it boils back down to people. How you treat people and how people treat you. And you never know. Your change might also start by you just having the courage to speak up and ask for softer toilet paper. Thank you.